How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video, and it seems it's finally starting to heat up, and it looks like the Xbox themed Asus ROG Ally is about to land. It looks like it's gearing up for the GDC, and as you can see, Microsoft down here with the typical meme, they know exactly what's going on. I'm pretty sure this is going to be at the GDC, and that's where we're going to see the full announcement. We've got a trailer here, but first let's have the drop, and then we'll get into the trailer. Okay, so it's been crazy looking around the internet at how many people are finding problems with this actual, prospect of a themed Xbox handheld. It's nothing different to what you would expect. It is pretty much just a basic Asus ROG Ally, but people are losing their minds at the prospect that because it's a Xbox themed handset, it's going to run PlayStation ports of PC games. And it's crazy because essentially it is just an Asus ROG. But even more so is the fact that they are losing their absolute bonkers minds because Xbox next generation could well truly be a PC if it indeed is running a System 32 API, and that is sending them over the edge. I've been having discussions all day today with people, and I'm asking them the simple question: why do you care? It's not like they're coming day and date. It's PC ports that are arriving 6 months later to a year later. Why do you care? Right? At the end of the day, why does this affect you? You're still getting your games first. You're still getting your games potentially even 2 years ahead, depending on when Sony decides to drop them. As you know, pretty much everything is going to PC, but why do they care? Why are they bothered that Xbox might actually get Steam? Like all of the, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about the 30% and all of this. And do people genuinely believe that Microsoft isn't going to take at least a 10% cut from those third-party games, even if it is on Steam, while being on their Xbox hardware? Is that what they truly believe? Maybe the OEMs, they get nothing. That's fair. But on their actual homebred machine, do they genuinely believe that they're going to get nothing? I mean, even the OEMs, I believe they're going to get something. But 10% seems fair. Do they genuinely believe that Valve is going to turn around and say, you know what, that's a new audience, we don't care what you say, we want 30% or you're not having it? Or are they going to turn around and say, do you know what, it's a new audience, that's 30-40 million people right there, that's could potentially bring us a wealth of money. We're not really doing anything to the game different. It's just going to be there and we'll take a 20% cut. I mean, if they genuinely believe that these businesses care about their feelings, they're in for a rude awakening because they absolutely do not. But here we are talking about this again, and I guess we're going to be talking about it for a while until official confirmation comes out regarding this information. It is what it is. But right now, everyone is talking about this little guy, and Asus decided to drop a trailer. So let's have a look at the trailer because it's kind of revealing. It's basically telling you exactly what it is. And, well, as you know, GDC is just around the corner. This is going to drop there, and I'm hoping that they're going to announce a price for this as well when they reveal it. This is likely going to be running the Z2 and the Z2 Extreme. I think there's a Z2 Go as well. So there's like a low spec version of this, and then maybe there's a mid and then a high spec. Obviously, the Extreme is the one you want to go that is going to be the most powerful, but also the one that can, guzzles up your battery more than anything. But it's going to give you the best performance. And that's going to be the one that I think is going to be, might be a bit too expensive, but I'm hoping Microsoft will, at least considering it's a themed device, subsidize it somewhat, with certain deals like in Game Pass or whatever. Either way, if Microsoft really wants this to take off, they can't have it selling for $800 like the Asus ROG Ally X. That just won't work. So let's have a look at the trailer and see what's happening. There's the Asus ROG and the Xbox controller. And they are fusing. Fusing very well. It's ready. So this obviously is just a teaser trailer, but as you can see here, he's punching in some stuff. Marathon stamina, so longer battery life, more capacity, so bigger hard drive, faster speeds, so a faster NVMe drive, I'm guessing, better CPU. This tells me it's going to be a Z2 Extreme, better battery life, maybe 2 terabyte or even 4 terabyte options to bump up the price. You've got over here the fresh look. This is obviously the Xbox themed controller style design, but we don't actually get to see much else. We do get to see the controller running across. This is obviously the Xbox controller. You can see the design. This is obviously the Asus Republic of Gamers, the ROG controller that they're advertising with the Asus ROG, and it's going into the actual chamber to fuse and become something else. And as you can see, it's loading. You can see the update over there, user mini. There's nothing else really here to tell you what it is, but it's going to be interesting to see what becomes of this. Is this, at the end of the day, it is an Xbox themed handheld. It's nothing different. It is just that, really. It's still going to be an Asus ROG. And I know a lot of people are losing their mind over this, but why? You can install Game Pass on this right now, and you can have PlayStation games running on this right now. I know people that are playing The Last of Us on this right now. So it's really weird to me that people are going mental about this. I don't know. It's weird, chat. It's weird. But because it's an Xbox themed one, there's been talks about, Sony are going to block the games. They're not going to do jack. I'm telling you that from now. They're not going to do jack. Although I'm really liking the design of this controller. I don't like the D-pad, but I do like the design. I might actually look into this. But hey, this is the first first look and into a reality of where this exists. GDC is just around the corner, so we're likely going to get an update there as to what this actually looks like, and also hoping that there's going to be a price point and a release date, because those are the two key things: the release date and the price point. The price point has to be, in my opinion, competitive if Microsoft wants this to compete. The Switch 2 is getting unveiled on Wednesday, and I'm expecting a price of $399.99 for the base unit. Obviously, there'll be bundles that take it to 500, 600, maybe with more storage, maybe with a controller, maybe with, a couple of games bundled with it, whatever the case is. There's going to be, the base model, in my opinion, should be $399.99. The Switch 2, at the end of the day, isn't that much more powerful than the Series S. I think it has to use DLSS before it can actually surpass the Series S, so it is built on NVIDIA. So with that in mind, they have to kind of price this somewhere around that. If they decide to double the price, I know the Switch 2 is completely a different market in terms of what they can play and what they can do and what this one can do, but you've got to keep that relatively in mind when the consumer goes to buy things. You'll have the Switch 2 there for $400 with Mario Kart, Mario, Zelda, Metroid, and all these other games. And then you're going to have a PC-like device, which is going to be running the new UI, and we'll probably see the new UI at the GDC as well, running in all its glory. But it's still going to be technically a PC, which the average parent probably won't look at to buying for their kids. So it needs to be priced adequately in order to be able to breach into that market. And then when they actually release their version of the hardware in 2 years' time, or a year's time, probably 2 years now, they're going to release it in tandem with the next generation Xbox. At that point, then they'll have a much better footing into the market. I think this is a good step for them, but they have to price this right. If they get the pricing wrong, I think it's just game over. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion, and I will see you in the next one. As always, remain legend.